Great to have you on, Ivan. Thank you for taking the time out to come on and talk to us about this. So look, obviously your first Spac to formally launch, you've got two others in the pipe. Tell us about why this company.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you for having me today. The reason why we not only found, but we are bringing Nexters to the market is because it's a truly global company in a truly global industry. The gaming is definitely the business without borders. So gaming studios from Russia making games for US or Europe, European guys are making it for Latin America. So it's truly no border business. And Nexters is an amazing company. It's a top 5 independent European mobile gaming business with blockbuster franchise Hero Wars.
Sure, yeah, the multiplayer battle game which takes place in Dominion. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar. Now, Nexters is based in Cyprus, Ivan. So I'm curious as to your thoughts on how to attract investors into countries that may be just a little bit riskier. You yourself are based in Moscow, for example. I imagine it can't be that easy getting US investors interested in Russia at this moment.
First of all, US investors are invested in Russia, and the jumbo IPO of Ozon, which is like more than $10 billion business right now, listed in NASDAQ, just happened a couple of months ago. But if you look at Cyprus, Cyprus is really a gaming hub and a tech hub where like more than 100 companies are based in tech. And US investors, as any other, are not looking at geographies. They are looking at revenues and they are looking at business. So Nexters revenues generated, more than a third of it is generated in US, around 40% is generated in Europe, about 20% in Asia. So the Russian or the CIS part is just about 10% or so. So investors don't really focus on geography of location.
Ivan, I'm interested in why gaming. Look, you have obviously a wealth of experience in TV, in radio. You know, that's where you spend the majority of your time, and then obviously also in telcos. So why go into the one bit of TMT that you don't seem to have relevant experience in, rather than doing something in the more traditional sort of media telco space?
Look, I think it depends. It depends on the timing, and it depends on the situation. Right now, and pandemic showed it again, the world is moving into tech-enabled businesses. Telco is being more tech-driven. Media is going to be tech-driven. Look at gaming. 10 or 15 years ago, this industry didn't exist almost. And now it's more than books and listening combined. So you couldn't find a better place today to invest. And if you look at the peers, there are companies from Israel, which are getting public, from Sweden, from Poland, from all over the place. So this is one of the reasons why we picked gaming.
Now, it's obviously going to be listed on the NASDAQ, so it is one way to get these companies listed on the US NASDAQ. Where will you look for your next 2 opportunities? I believe you have 3 SPACs at the moment. And I'm curious, are you also going to continue investing in media and in 5G and things like that in Russia?
Look, first of all, our second and third, they just filed, so they are not yet, and I don't think I'm even able to comment on this. But to answer your question, where are we going to look at new opportunities? Is definitely the European businesses, Russian found or in other geographies. But in US, the competition with SPACs is very intense. There are like more than 200 SPACs are looking for acquisition targets, while there is no repeat sponsor, which is focused only on EMEA, on Europe, both Eastern, Western. And there are more and more businesses which would like to go to NASDAQ, because this is the deepest market in terms of investors all around the globe.
Ivan, I just want to come in on that point, because that's really interesting. Look, as you say, in the US, pretty much every company out there has probably been approached by a SPAC asking if they want to do some business. In Europe, not so much. There really hasn't been the same emergence. So how receptive are you finding those businesses you are approaching in Europe to this model?
Look, I think it depends not only on the SPAC and the sponsor, but also on the team. And we have team on the ground in London, in Moscow, and they are all perfectly English speakers and very international. We are a team of Israelis, Americans, Russians. So I think the companies are looking at the team, which can help to bring it to the market, to help to build an equity story, help with knowledge of the public market. And obviously, I was a CEO of a public company. A lot of members of our team were involved in public businesses. So I think we have a good shot on it.
Phenomenal track record for sure, and you yourself are on the board of this particular gaming company. I do wonder, though, just to Ed's point, how are investors looking at Russia right now? I mean, Putin has more and more of a lock on Russia, including its central bank. Surely, as you approach potential targets, they are asking you about that, geography or no geography?
Look, to be honest, we haven't been asked about geography when we were raising a Spac in August. And 100% of our investors are the same Spac investors from US, Canada, who invest into US Spacs or Chinese-sponsored Spac, US-sponsored Spac. So they were focused on the founder, its international reputation, the ability to find a deal, and the ability to work with international companies. We have that experience. We are partners of the Walt Disney Company in Russia, and we co-own Walt Disney Channel Russia together for almost 10 years, where we own control and Disney owns 49%. Mm-hmm. I was a CEO of a public listed business which was listed in London and in Moscow. So I'm definitely sure that investors look at the story, at the team, at the founder, and an ability to bring a great deal.